Have you ever paused to think of how babies come into being? Stay with us as we explore the miracle of how a single sperm cell becomes a baby step by step. Trust me, the process is fascinating and involves many complex biological events. You won't want to miss this fascinating journey. Now, let's dive in. Section A. The sperm cell, a brave adventurer. Sperm cells, also known as spermatozoa, are the tiny yet mighty reproductive cells of a man. Produced daily in the testicles starting at puberty through a process called spermatogenesis, millions of these cells are created each day and it continues throughout a man's life. Remarkably, it takes about 64 to 72 days for a single sperm cell to fully mature. Now, when a man and woman engage in sexual intercourse, the man will eventually ejaculate millions of sperm cells into the birth canal. When this happens, the sperm cells begin their journey. The sperm cells swim upstream through the female reproductive tract, starting in the vagina, passing the cervix, entering the uterus, and finally reaching the fallopian tube. However, only the strongest sperm survive the harsh conditions of this journey. The acidic environment of the vagina and the competition among millions of sperm ensure that only the fittest reach the egg. Did you know a healthy sperm cell can survive in the female body for up to 5 days? Well, if you need an answer, then it's yes. A healthy sperm cell can survive in the female reproductive system for up to 5 days under optimal conditions. This is due to the cervical mucus, which provides a protective and nourishing environment for sperm, increasing their lifespan and chances of fertilizing an egg. Section B. The fertilization process. When ejaculated, sperm cells undergo some physiological changes within the reproductive tract in order to make them highly motile and ready to penetrate the layers of the egg cell. Now, once the sperm cell successfully reaches the fallopian tube, it encounters the egg cell, which is released by the woman's ovary during ovulation. The sperm cell now uses its tail to penetrate the protective layers of the egg cell, including a thick outer coating called the zona pellucida. The process takes about 24 hours for a sperm cell to fertilize an egg. And the outer layer of the egg then hardens to prevent other sperm cells from entering it. The genetic material from the sperm cell and the egg combine to form a single cell called a zygote, and the process is called fertilization. It's the beginning of a new life. The zygote contains all of the genetic information, DNA, needed to become a baby. Half of the DNA coming from the mother's egg cell and half from the father's sperm cell. Section C. Implantation. After fertilization, the zygote begins to divide through a process called mitosis. This process produces identical cells, leading to the formation of a structure called a blastocyst by the time it reaches the uterus. This tiny structure is like a spaceship, with an inner cell mass destined to become the baby and an outer layer called the trophoblast, which will form part of the placenta. Around 5 to 7 days after fertilization, the blastocyst reaches the uterus and attaches itself to the uterine lining. This crucial step, called implantation, allows the blastocyst to access oxygen and nutrients from the mother's blood supply. Now, the uterine lining thickens to support this new life, providing a nurturing environment for the developing embryo. Section D. Embryonic development. Once implantation is successful, the blastocyst develops into an embryo. Over the next few weeks, the inner cells differentiate into 3 layers. Ectoderm forms the nervous system, brain, spinal cord, and skin. Mesoderm forms the heart, muscles, bones, and the cardiovascular system. Endoderm forms the digestive system and other internal organs. These layers give rise to all the tissues and organs of the body. Section E. Formation of the placenta. The placenta begins to develop from the outer cells of the blastocyst, called the trophoblast. The placenta acts as a lifeline between the mother and the embryo, facilitating the exchange of nutrients, oxygen, and waste products for the growing baby. The umbilical cord forms, connecting the developing baby to the placenta. This connection is vital for the baby's growth and development throughout the pregnancy. Section F. From embryo to fetus. Around the 8th week of pregnancy, the embryo is now called a fetus and is now about the size of a grape. This transition marks a significant milestone, as the basic structures of the body are formed and the fetus starts to look more human. The heart begins to beat, and recognizable features like limbs, eyes, and ears start to form. The organs continue to develop, and the fetus begins to move, although the mother may not feel these movements just yet. Section G: Growth and Maturation. During the second and third trimesters, the fetus undergoes rapid growth and maturation. The organs develop further, and the baby gains weight and size. The nervous system becomes more complex, allowing the fetus to respond to stimuli such as sound and light. By the end of the third trimester, the baby is fully developed, weighing around 7 to 8 pounds and ready for life outside the womb. Section H: Preparing for birth. As the due date approaches, the baby moves into a head-down position, preparing for birth. The mother's body also gets ready for labor, with the cervix softening and beginning to dilate. Labor involves contractions that help push the baby through the birth canal. This process can be lengthy and requires the mother's body to work hard to bring the baby into the world. Section 1: Birth. Finally, after approximately 40 weeks of development, the mother goes into labor, and the baby is delivered through the birth canal. Once born, the baby's lungs expand, it takes its first breath, and cries, signaling the start of its life outside the womb. The umbilical cord is cut, and the newborn is placed on the mother's chest, initiating the bond between mother and child. Imagine holding a newborn in your arms. Its tiny fingers grasp yours, and its soft, warm body rests against your chest. You can see the baby's delicate features, feel the rise and fall of its gentle breaths, and hear the soft coos and cries. This little miracle, which started as a single cell, is now a fully formed human being, full of potential and ready to explore the world with your love and care. Isn't it amazing how much effort and coordination go into creating a baby? Life truly is a miracle. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more amazing content. Let us know in the comments what part of this journey surprised you the most.